No, I don't have Rangers anything, honestly, and it's not because I dislike them. I actually think I rooted for them in the Eastern Conference last year, but no, I would want a Jonathan Quick Rangers jersey because, you know, why not? And I know it's Riley Smith's first game in the Fortress in his career that was not in a Vegas Golden Knights sweater. His last game that he played actually in the Fortress was Game 5, Stanley Cup Final, game-winning goal. I don't know if you've heard of it, but when the Penguins came through Vegas last year, he was injured and did not play. He was still there in the building, and he sat on the bench with Petro and Marshy while they watched the kids play hockey in the intermission, and then also, like, he came out for his welcome home video, and that's when we did it, and that's great. I think I've stalled long enough. The New York Rangers win against the Vegas Golden Knights 2-1. And this game was frustrating on multiple levels because one, Shesterkin, he played phenomenally. He played really well. And of course, we faced Shesterkin. I know, like, the Rangers have sucked this year. Like, I picked them to win the Metropolitan Division, and so it would take the most miraculous of runs for that to be a possibility now. But they're starting on the up. This is their second win in a row, right? After we just lost to the Islanders. So New York teams that are not Buffalo. So sorry, Rangers fans, if the Bruins being there in your place offends you, but Riley Smith had a really good game tonight. He did have a trip on Mark Stone that gave Vegas a power play opportunity that they did nothing with, but he had one opportunity that Samsonov absolutely robbed in, I think, the second period, and it looked like for a little bit the Rangers were feeding Riley Smith the puck a little bit more than they normally would. I know he had the overtime winner against the Devils a couple of days ago, but not the winner. He assisted on it. Samsonov played well. He played really well, actually. The goals that he allowed, one of them, Vinny Trocheck on the power play, and this is after Vegas has the 1-0 lead, but I'm going to go over this one first. Zibanejad gets a pass and one-times it, and it hits Trocheck straight in the chest area, and he's hurled over in pain and finds the puck, backhand shovels it in past Samsonov to tie the game 1-1, and immediately headed down the tunnel. He came back out not far after that, but to be in that much pain that he's like healed over the entire way through the tunnel, like that's incredible that he was able to do that. And honestly, props to him for the tenacity of the hockey player to score there. You know, that's something that I love about the sport. I don't want people to play through injuries, but to have the wherewithal to be as injured as he was and immediately still score. Like that's I can think of a couple of sports that no. And then the second one that Samsonov allowed was really weird. It was in transition, and it was a 3-on-2 kind of, where Brodzinski shovels a pass over to Edstrom, and he tips it 5-hole on Samsonov in a really weird play. And Samsonov was aware of Rempe coming over from the far side, and he was wide open, and that I think might have been where the pass was. I don't know where it was intended. I'm not going to pretend to read minds. It worked out for the Rangers because they had the 2-1 lead, and they only had 2 shots in the third, and one of them happened to go in. That second one didn't need to. Just man. And that's another thing, like, they shut down Vegas a little bit for the first half of the third, and Vegas in the second half of the second and the second half of the third really picked up their game and just peppered Shesterkin with shots. But it was Shesterkin, and it was vintage Shesterkin, the one that won the Vezina trophy, and they couldn't figure it out. There were a couple of good opportunities, and there was one where I'm still not talking about Mark Stone's goal. Hannafin, at the very end of the second period, shovels it, and it went off of several Rangers bodies on the way past to trickle in, but it was way after the buzzer. Like, there's no way that should have counted. It didn't. But yeah. The only goal that the Vegas Golden Knights have scored in the last 120 minutes of play. Mark Stone on the power play, 8 seconds into said power play. He's behind the goal line, he gets the puck, the pass, and really quickly just turns and snipes it, and it goes, I think, 5-hole through Shesterkin to open up the scoring for both teams, 1-0. And that was great, yay! That was very short-lived because it was right after that the Rangers got their power play, and then they scored on that power play. So, yeah. We had a power play at the end due to a hooking call on William Karlsson from, I again don't know his name, Vakanainen. And Vegas, like, New York did a fantastic job of blocking lanes, especially when Eichel had the puck. Like, you could tell he wanted to rip it, and he just couldn't because the Rangers 6 were all in the way. And it was really good defending, and then when it wasn't, you left Shesterkin in net. That's it. That's the game. Vegas lost. We need to figure out how to score again. I know Sorokin and Shesterkin are really good goalies, but like, guys, that is no excuse for the top team in the league to have 0 5-on-5 goals in the last 2 games, to have mostly power play goals in the last 3. I'm just gonna confirm that because I don't want to be wrong. In the last 3 games, we have the 1 empty netter, so that doesn't count really as 5-on-5, right? It does in the stat, and it's weird. But we have 2 even strength goals and 2 power play goals for 4 total, of 5 total goals in the last 3 games. That's not enough, guys. And the only other thing that I want to talk, Barbashev returned tonight. And he looked good at first. He struggled a little bit in the middle, but he hit everything that was moving on the other team tonight. He did not hesitate to get physical and get physically involved in the play. There were several hits, including a really big one on Trocheck in the middle of the third. And Barbashev looked solid tonight. You hope that he's able to regain chemistry with his line mates, but he attacked rebounds and he got to them first, and just really solid. We definitely miss Barbashev in the lineup. Just really frustrating because we lost 2 in a row at home for the first time this season, or in a long time, and to 2 teams that are not in the playoffs. I know it's the Rangers and the Islanders could steal a game every now and again, but like, I don't know what is going on with Vegas right now, and we really need to figure it out, and figure it out ASAP, because we play the Minnesota Wild tomorrow, and it's not going to be Fleury in net. Unfortunately, he played tonight against the Sharks and did a fantastic job, I might add. But so that's unfortunate that his last time in the Fortress will be on the bench, unless we can chase. Is it Gustafsson or Wallstedt? No, Gus was on the bench, so it should be Gustafsson that we face tomorrow. And hey, Fleury beat the Sharks today, so, good times, I guess. Let's just hope we chase Gustafsson and then Fleury gets a net and then we can score on him one last time, yeah? Yay! But that's gonna be it for Game 42's Nightly Review. Guys, I'm frustrated. Vegas needs to figure it out. We're no longer first in the league. I keep cutting short my outros, but like, yeah, we lost, and the Jets and the Caps both passed us. We have games in hand on both of them, but yeah. Okay, for real this time, that's gonna be it for Game 42's Nightly Review. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.